Hey, what's going on YouTube? Nicholas Moy here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the truth behind free cybersecurity and technology training. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so many people that I've been speaking to lately, probably within like last year or two, have been telling me or dropping comments down in my videos saying stuff like, hey Nick, I'm trying to get a job in cybersecurity. I just got the free Google cybersecurity certification. Is this enough for me to get a job? Or, hey Nick, I just passed the ISC Square certified in cybersecurity certification. Where's the money at? Where are the job opportunities? I'm excited to get to work. And I want to make a very honest video about credentials like that and credentials in general, but especially those, because as somebody who's been a hiring manager for Fortune 500s, building security teams for these big companies, companies like JP Morgan, Bank of America, like big companies, right? I'm going to tell you what it looks like from our perspective as a hiring manager when we have a candidate that is brand new to the industry with one of those certifications that's trying to get into cybersecurity, what that kind of looks like to us. Okay. So, first thing, I'm going to tell you the good things about it. And the good things about it, that the things that I like about it is A, you are a go-getter. I mean, you are exploring your interests, you're, dipping your toes in the water, trying to explore new territory, see if this is something that you like, if this is something that you really are passionate about. And if you're one of those people that are, commenting on my videos or you're searching for jobs after getting a certification like that, that's a good thing. I mean, that means that you liked what you learned and you're trying to dig deeper, you're trying to advance in your career. And I love that. I love that characteristic about people in general, people that are go-getters and they're willing to go and try something new. I think it's very important. Another good thing about it is the fact that you're jumping into some new territory and probably exploring some new next level phases in your career in cybersecurity, right? Like, so maybe, you did the foundations to cyber by doing your CC certification, right? Or your Google cybersecurity credential. And now you're exploring ethical hacking, or you're trying to figure out how to become a GRC specialist, or you're trying to learn about security architecture or cloud security or whatever it is, right? You're trying to find that specialty that you want to go down next after you've got a little taste of what cybersecurity is all about. So I think it's really cool. Now, let me tell you the truth about those credentials and why they are free. Okay, first thing I want to say is anything that you think is free really isn't free. If we look at social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those platforms, they're free to you. They're free as the user, but what you're giving them isn't money. What you're giving them is your information. And what they're doing with that is they're selling that information to advertisers that are on their platform that are paying for ads to get in front of you, right? So Facebook built this massive audience, this user base, right? Millions and millions of people across the world. And then they take your data, they will sell that information to advertisers, right? And this is not new practice. Every social media platform does it. But essentially, these training platforms are also kind of doing this in the same light, same situation, right? And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing per se. Some people will probably drop a comment, be like, oh, I hate that, blah, 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 right? It's my privacy. But the truth is, when you are applying for one of those free trainings and getting the free certification, you have to give them your name, you have to give them your phone number, you probably have to give them you probably have to give them their phone number. You may not have to give them your phone number, but you definitely have to give them your email. So at least name and email, maybe phone number. And I think for some of the credentials, you actually have to pay to obtain the credential. Like, you can go and take the course for free and you can go and take the test for free. But in order for you to have the digital badge and get the credential and share it on LinkedIn, you have to pay a little bit more for that. So, um, it appears as free, and yes, it's free training and you are getting a credential and it's very, very low cost. But what these companies are actually doing is they are, in a sense, kind of data mining. They are trying to gain a list of people who are interested in this world of cybersecurity so that they can sell you on their other credentials. Okay. Now take a step back here for a moment and think to say, well, hold on, whoa. I thought credentials were a good thing and the credentials are what I need to go advance in my career. Yes, they are a good thing. They do help you. You don't need them to go and advance in your career. There's many people that work in technology, they don't have credentials. If you're a QA analyst, I don't know of a credential for QA specialists. There might be some small ones out there, but nothing as big as like the CISSP or the Security Plus for somebody that's going into quality assurance, right? You just kind of learn the skill and you become a tester and you do your job, right? Within cybersecurity, that's one of those markets where there's big money in producing credentials, and a lot of these corporations make new certifications so that they can sell you on certifications and sell you on the renewal fees, the CPEs that you're having to collect, and all that stuff. All of this is big money makers for these companies. At the end of the day, they are companies, they are trying to make a profit, but in turn, they are offering jobs and they are giving back to the community. And so this thing kind of goes in a full circle here. So I don't want you to feel like you're being sold to or being taken advantage of, but the truth is the free certifications that you're getting really aren't going to get you the job in cybersecurity. They're more or less just going to get you an introduction to the world of cybersecurity so that they can sell you on a higher level certification that's going to cost you a little bit more, but it'll teach you a little bit more too. Now, from the perspective of a hiring manager, this is my thought on it, right? Other hiring managers may say something different, but my perspective. Again, given that these credentials are free and very low cost, very low effort, and really you're not learning a whole lot more than just the foundations of cybersecurity, it's not really enough for you to do the job. I'm just going to be honest with you, right? Because what you're doing is essentially no more than buying a book or a free course on medicine, right? I'm going to use a medical analogy here, or kind of switch careers here. It's like me going to college and me paying for one course on anatomy just so that I can start to learn more about the body. Does that make me a doctor? No, it doesn't make me a doctor. I have to go through a lot of training, some mentorship, internships, and all that stuff before I can become a doctor. I can qualify to get the designated title and all the credentials to become a doctor. So it's kind of like that, right? What you're doing is essentially you're buying a low-cost introductory course, or you're going through something for free, introductory, right? Just to see if this is something that you really like to do, and if it is, then you're going to go ahead and pursue it all the way through. But as a hiring manager, I'm not going to see that and be able to trust that that practitioner is necessarily the right candidate to handle my needs as a cybersecurity manager, right? As a cybersecurity manager for a company, I've got serious problems that need to be solved. We're getting hacked left and right. There's data breaches that we're either trying to, work through at the moment. Maybe there's legalities that we have to take care of from a GRC perspective, or we need to recover from a data breach. We need to do threat intelligence, threat recovery, all of that, good stuff, right? Or from a security engineering perspective, we're over here doing threat modeling. We're over here trying to build security controls into different systems and different applications and what have you, right? So there's all different problems that need to be solved. And by going through some free course, do you really think that that's going to give you the skills and the confidence to be able to handle stuff like that? I would not say that that's necessarily the case, right? Now, other hiring managers, they may have an entry-level position where all they're looking for is someone that has that credential that they are willing to train up within a company. But I'd say probably 80% of the companies out there, they are looking for some individual who's gone through a bit more extensive training, that has more familiarity with tools and technologies and more advanced concepts. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have years and years of experience necessarily, but you do need to have a bit more knowledge and a bit more familiarity and have worked in, maybe various environments, labs or volunteer opportunities or what have you. You've done stuff like that so that you can take that experience and you can build upon it into the job, and you can go further and further and further. And quick training that's probably going to take you 2 hours to go through and you get a little badge, it's not necessarily going to cut the chase there. So that's my thought on free certifications for cybersecurity. I hate that I'm bursting some people's bubbles out there. that were thinking, oh, I'm going to go get this free badge and thank you, Google, I'm going to get a job. Not necessarily. It is a good stepping stone in the right direction, especially if you're somebody that's on the fence and you're not really sure that this is something that you want to do. Like you're just like, oh, I heard cyber makes good money and I can work from home and this job isn't going anywhere because companies are always going to need it. Everyone's getting hacked. I get it. People are on that and they want to go and pursue this career. And yes, all of those things are absolutely true. But you can't forget the fact that the people that are making good money, they have invested a lot of time, they have invested a lot of money, and they've made personal sacrifices. No more Netflix TV shows, no more video games. I'm going to dedicate myself to learning a new profession because this is a professional career, right? So getting a free certification and a free course and all that, it is good, but not quite enough. That's my thoughts on this. I'll see you guys in the next video.